6-0. What is 6-0? 6-0 or 6-0? 6-0. Church on Sunday 60. Yeah! 60! 60! Yeah! Church on Sunday 60. You know how I am. I think about now. If you've been listening to these videos, you know by now. You're supposed to be listening in succession, and I'm just going to keep on saying that because the people, for some reason, don't want to listen. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to be in control. He can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'll listen to whatever videos I want to do. You know? I mean, there again we are back to, and you know, this is a little bit of it resonating off of the last video. And, you know, it's just people coming back to the aspect of thinking that they're in control, wanting to be in control. And, you know, the universal law, and I'm going to be the one to proclaim it. I think I already proclaimed it in one of my other videos, but the sin of control. When you're in control, or you're in control, not meaning that you're in control. I'm in control of driving this car. When you're in control, by meaning that when you're in control, trying to control situations, trying to control people's lives, telling people what to do, trying to just totally be, when you're in, you know, trying to be in charge, trying to tell everybody what you do, trying to be win a control freak, thinking you need to tell everybody you need to do and what you need to do. You're in charge because you feel like you need to be important and you need to be there. You know, people that are control freaks, and maybe I don't, it just comes to my mind, so I'm going to say it. Just come to my mind, so I'm going to say it. People that are in control and that they think that they need to control other people and control things have a great deal of insecurity going on in their lives. So from that, they think if they try to control everybody and try to control things, that somehow that they can have some sort of peace from that, when it's just a constant torment that's going on inside of them. That's going to, when you're in control, you're out of control there, buddy. When you're in control, you're out of control, and you end up getting the opposite of the thing that you're trying to control. I mean, think about it. You know, they've got what they call the rebellious teenager years. You know, and I'm dealing with my my 18-year-old son right now. My 18-year-old son right now. And you know, the rebellious teenage years, because after a period of time, if the parents are really involved in their kids' lives, they by the time they get to be a teenager, they're sick and tired of being told what to do. So. And if you don't, and fortunately with my son, you know, I kind of like heightened him to the understanding of what was going on, and because I always knew that one day he was going to be that young man that wanted to stand on his own 2 feet so that he could feel confident making some decisions in his life, you know. And I would tell him all these things. This is what's going to happen. This is where we're going to, and then take time to spend time to talk to him, you know. But there's, again, you know what, the reason why I talk about that is, you know, like for instance, when I turned 16, I grabbed a hold of freedom with both hands and I didn't let go, and there wasn't anybody that was going to tell me what to do anymore, because, you know, my parents were like keeping me down, and you're underneath here and I'm up here and you're underneath here. So, you know, back to when you're in control, you're out of control. And when you're constantly being in control of things, you're getting the opposite of the things that you're trying to control, or whatever it is. It's just going to flap right back in your face there, you fool. So letting go of control all the time. And, you know, particularly one time I also talked about something that I was control when I realized, I mean, and boy, didn't it ever get my attention. I already told this little story when my ex-wife was doing a bunch of stuff that I knew wasn't right. And then I was just so uptight over it, thinking I can control it and being all uptight over it with my emotions, and somehow it was going to change. And then it exacerbated health problems in my life. And then what did I have to do? just to make a long story short, I needed to detach, and I can't do this. I have to focus on me. I have to focus on what I can do in my own life and the things that I can control with my life, because you can't control other people. You can't try to change other people. People try to, just for the simple fact, let's say, for instance, there's those people out there that think they need to say things about homosexuals because they think that somehow by saying those things that they're going to change things and that their power is going to overrule and it'll just make them go, oh, and want to change. And what they're doing is they just keep perpetuating a cycle. This started years ago, and here I am going off on a little tangent here, but this started years ago with people just trying to put them down, not accept them, not unconditionally love people that were doing things that maybe others didn't approve of. It's not your point to judge, right? Right? It's not your point to judge. But then what did it eventually do? It eventually, that group of people started having parades, and, I put the blame on the people that weren't unconditionally loving them to begin with, because if they were loved to begin with in the beginning and allowed people to be who they are and quit judging and quit doing things, who's to say? It may, if we would have loved and accepted people then too and just said, okay, maybe I don't like what you're doing, but I'm still going to unconditionally I'm not going to judge you or condemn you or anything like that, then they wouldn't be having, then maybe, I don't know. They wouldn't be having parades where they're trying to push their acceptance on people because there's been that constant, boy, I never thought I was going to talk about this for this video. Here I am. So they constantly pushing their rejection, trying to control them, right? Trying to control them by pushing their rejection on them. And then what are they doing? You're getting the opposite. And then they're coming back with trying to push their acceptance on you. And then it just keeps going back and forth, creating this whirlwind of, that just keeps going on. And there's the wisdom in it right there. When you're in control, you're trying to control something or control anything, you're out of control. And you're going to end up getting the opposite of the thing that you're trying to control. Right there and there, you see the enormity of that particular subject that's out there, and it all centers around, what it all centers around. It all centers around the lack of unconditional love, regardless of what people are doing with their lives, because it's not your point to judge. Nobody put you in charge of judging. So what you doing it for, huh? And again, there we go back to the basic. Wow, and praise God. I sat here before I was doing this video going, what am I going to talk about here? Well, we're just kind of about, wow. Anyway, you're in control, you're out of control, and you're going to end up getting the opposite of the thing that you're trying to control. Or, outside of that, for your own lives, you're going to get broken, right? You're going to get broken from whatever it is whatever behavior it is that you're having, because you're in control of doing that, right? You're going to be broken by it. Let's just say, any kind of addiction out there, whether it be alcoholism or food or whatever it addicted is, you're in control of doing that, right? You're the one that's deciding. Because at some point or along the line, you realize, no, this isn't right. And we can sit there and talk about that. And that's not the point of it is. You end up being broken from the things that you're in control of. And you're going to get broken by it from either a health situation or whatever it is. So the sooner you can let go of control. Start to look at your behavior. Start to analyze the things that you're doing in your life. Start to look at the things that you're saying. Start to look at the way that you're behaving. Okay? And just, that's where personal growth is going to come from the most, is that self-analyzation of yourself and your own behavior, and start asking those questions. Why am I doing it? Why am I compelled to move and do those kinds of things? Because for the most part, a lot of it's not of God, right? It's of flesh. It's the desire of the flesh to want to be in control. Okay? And our whole point in our spiritual growth and our personal growth is to reach the point where we can ascend, my friends. We can ascend, because rather than be involved in all the torment and all the gobbledygook and all the crap and all the, that's going on in our world, and focus on ourselves and the things that we can control, which is only really ourselves. You're not going to change people by trying to control them and judge them and everything else. The only person that's going to be best for you to try to change is yourself. Because if you can change yourself, maybe that'll set off a thing where, there used to be this commercial, and then tell two friends, and they'll 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 tell two friends, and